Hey guys, this is a quick video response from projecteae here to answer some questions and I guess inquiries regarding kotobukiya, their quality, and how they compare up to bandai, as some would say, and also maybe my 2 cents and advice regarding that. Bandai, I'll say this for Bandai. Bandai's been around for decades. They've been making toys, articulated action figures, mech robots, gunpla kits for decades. They have a lot of experience, they've made a lot of mistakes, and they've improved and innovated many times. They can, as of this point right now, they can hit many demographics and appease almost anyone from small, fresh people to the hobbies, to your hardcore customizers and modders, to even your regular Joe, quick straight builder people. They stand as like a standard right now for like most robot model kits or any model kits really that are very popular amongst many people. Excuse me. Kotobukiya, I know to make a lot of fixed pose PVC figures with intense, amazing detail. Really great. They're known up there as far as your high class, detailed figures up there with Max Factory, Kotobukiya, A Good Smile Company, and so forth. And that translates very well into Border Break, Kotobukiya, Kurganai no line barrels, armored core kits very well so. But a big standing point between the two. One, we have a standardized model kit that's closer to an action figure than anything else. If you look at some of the old model kits, which are a little bit fatter and such, they have all the necessary points of articulation that you should expect. But because of that, the plastic might not be fitted around, and because it's in scale and are due to other reasons, they are due to the lack of technology. It was stockier, it was thicker, the proportions weren't quite right. But then when you get to the larger scale, not too shabby at all. Everything could fit just right. It still has all the points of articulation it needs, and so forth. It kind of compromises between the two. Where there's Kotobukiya, for the most part, everything that they end up snagging and making looks very good, like almost line art accurate good. But that means that it's almost as if sculpt stands more priority than articulation. Now, don't get me wrong, line barrel is very articulated and very detailed, but if I had to say number 1 comes first, it would be his sculpt. For instance, the shoulder joints have an exposed joint in the center between the shoulder armor and the chest. Now, they could have just put a ball joint or a swivel joint in there, but the line art shows a specific looking odd joint, and they replicate it and try to work around that and make 2 other separate joints to work between. Now, unfortunately, he has a very odd way of moving his arms, but it looks, every single time he moves and you see that joint, it looks line art accurate. It's natural to its degree. So, and also, any model kit out there, I mean, you make 100,000 million kits out there, you're going to have some loose joints or things falling out. Top coating, adding maybe your crazy glue or whatever, or if you like, paint your kits. Painting your kits will add more friction. And you know what? My Kotobukiya, my line barrel kit, and my Bardon I'm currently working on, I don't need any glue for it. Maybe it's because of the paint, or maybe I just got lucky. The one thing I found with Kotobukiya, they don't have the same formula of PVC versus ABS to their plastics, so it's not up to par as the quality of Bandai's. But if I guess you approach kits like Kotobukiya to the same likeness as like a resin kit, resin kits, you got to be careful with. The plastic or the mold might not be at the same top tier since it's a very heavy molding process. You probably have to paint it because of the flash and because it's one color, obviously. You're going to have to put the details in yourself. But resin and garage kits usually often enough have like amazing detail put into them. And also some of them are a snap fit and you have joints. I mean, anyone who wants to check them out, I recommend sites like E2046. There's tons and tons of great garage kits and other resin kits out there for even Gundams which look amazing. Expensive, but amazing. But Kotobukiya and Bandai, great companies, but for if you're a new person to model kits, you should probably check out Bandai kits first. If you want to try something new and you're already into the model kits and you don't mind painting and putting the extra work into it and really making that kit look really amazing, Kotobukiya, any kit will probably be great. If it's a line barrel kit, I probably don't recommend the Vardon since I've heard some pretty harsh reviews at times about it. but I've heard nothing but pretty stable, pretty okay good things about line barrel. Armored Core kits, expensive, but great way to start. Besides from that, I guess that's my 2 cents regarding it. I'm sure some people might have some other thoughts that disagree, and I'm sure this topic's been hit up again, before, so, I might have missed some really important key points. If I did, sorry. But for anyone who has any questions regarding it, I hope that answers your questions. Oh, also, for the person who was asking regarding the overdrive parts, the difference in overdrive parts is you get the same exact model on top of the exposed binder pieces for the forearm and the shoulder, and you get the executor blaster weapon as well. It's kind of, if you do double kits, it's kind of like if you get the Estrella, the Gundam Estrellas, whether it be Type F or regular, you get enough to make the Estrella or the Exia. So it's so if you have to get the line barrel kit, get the overdrive version. It's much more bang for your buck, really. It really is. Besides from that, I think that's about it. I hope I covered everything.